and welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm CHIOMA or Chi, and today I'm going to be doing my Blackathon 2022 TBR as well as my overall February TBR. So let's go. So if you don't know what Blackathon is a month-long readathon that runs through the month of February, which is Black History Month in the United States, hosted by Jessie over at Bowties and Books. So basically it's a readathon where for the month of February you are reading Black books, and Black books based on prompts in 4 different categories. So the 4 different categories for Blackathon are literary fiction, horror and thriller, fantasy, and a new one this year, which is actually the team I decided to be on, is Team Romance. I'm so happy. You know, if you know, you know. Last year I was on Team Sci-Fi Fantasy, and this year I am on Team Romance. So basically for each of the categories, whichever team you choose to be on, there are 3 prompts and then there is a group read. So I'm going to show you which books I'm going to be reading for each prompt, as well as all the other books that I would like to ambitiously get to in the month of February. You know me, who knows if I'll do it or not, but we're only reading Black books this month, so here we go. So Team Romance is going to be hosted over at Word Wonders. I'm going to put all the prompts and also their channel down below, but let's get into the prompts. So the first prompt is for a book that explores the duality of love and hate, and I found it a little difficult to pick one for this just because I haven't read the book, so I do not know whether or not it does, but I think it does based on reviews I've heard of the book. Are you with me? Are you with me? So that is Open Water by Caleb Azuma Nelson. I've had this book for so long, but I'm pretty sure this book explores the duality of love and hate. It's about 2 British writers who go to the same university in Southeast London where they struggle to belong. They're now artists. One's a photographer, she's a dancer. So the end of the synopsis says, but 2 people who seem destined to be together can still be torn apart by fear and violence. So by that description, I'm guessing that it explores that duality between love and hate, and this is between 2 beautiful Black British people, and it is also by an African author. So this is the book that I'm going to be using for prompt number 1. And the next one is a easy one. It's a romance between 2 Black people. So both of the characters in the book are Black people, so it's a Black romance. I feel like most, if not all, of the romances I'm going to be reading this month are Black romances, so I have choices. And for my choices, one of them is Sweet Hand by Ng Peltier, and this one I think is an enemies to lovers with a bisexual main character. You can tell by the cover, 2 Black people. So I might be using this one for that prompt, or I'm going to be using 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. This one is a fan favorite. I don't know who the fans are. I don't know what I meant by that statement, but people who love this book. So this is also an option. So whichever one I'm feeling, I'll honestly probably read both, but one of them will be for this prompt. Options. I'm giving you options. Oh, I just realized because this is enemies to lovers, I feel like this one could also be used for the first prompt in exploring the duality of love and hate. Enemies to lovers. I'm thinking it works. I'm thinking it may be cheating, but I'm also thinking it works. The last prompt, I'm just straight up cheating. I'm gonna let you know right now, I'm straight up cheating. So basically it's a book that has a book on the cover. For whatever reason, in all this whole Black AF TBR, none of these books have a book on the cover. I was searching this cover like nobody's business. Like, there has to be a cookbook. Give me a cookbook in this kitchen. There's nothing. Solely disappointed. But I'm going to be using The Dating Playbook by Farah Roshan, I believe. And obviously there's no book on the cover, but it says book. There's book in the name. So the word book is on the cover. We love a good loophole. And this is a sports romance, and I think it's fake dating. And I live and die for fake dating. Like, literally, if that could be my knife, if that could be my life, it would be. So basically, this is a sports romance between 2 Black characters. One I believe is in the NFL, indeed. And yeah, it's a fake dating, and there is the word book on the cover. So if you do decide to use this one for this prompt, know that you are also cheating, but it's fine. It's all love here. I will not judge you. And that's all that matters. So those are the books I'm going to be using for all 3 prompts, and the group book is The Sweetest Remedy, which is by a Nigerian author, and it actually takes place in Nigeria on Banana Island. And if you're Nigerian, you know that this book is going to be 50 Shades of Luxurious if it takes place on Banana Island. So I am so excited for that. I am ready for an atmospheric Nigerian read. Take me back. I haven't been home in 2 years, so I'm excited to read this book. So those are all the books I'm going to be using for for Blackathon. All the Blackathon links, all information is going to be in the description box. I'm also going to be hosting sprints for Blackathon on the 20th, Sunday the 20th, 9 to 12 Pacific time, and right here Eastern time. Why don't I know how to convert Pacific to Eastern time? Who knows? But yeah, so that is the Blackathon segment of this video. Let's get into the other books I hope to read in February. All black, all black. So the other books, I have 20 books in my February TBR. I'm definitely not gonna read no 20 books in no 1 month, but I love the ambition. Like, pat myself on the back because I love the ambition. So the first book is by K.M. Jackson, How to Marry Keanu Reeves in 90 Days. I don't know what anything this book is about, and I also don't want to know because the title gives absolutely nothing, but also could be exactly what this book is about, and I'm happy about that either way. So I don't want to read the synopsis, but the cover is gorgeous. It's so freaking cute. I love Keanu Reeves, fun fact. I do think he's a vampire, maybe that's why I love him. But yeah, this is another book I'm going to be reading in February. I'll try to read, who knows. The next book is Fumbled by Alexa Martin. This is a sports romance. There is a lot of romance on this list. A lot of romance and YA fantasy, but you know, that's typical of me. It's Fumbled by Alexa Martin. So this is a sports romance. I think it's a second chance romance, kind of second chance, you know, high school, won't they, to like adults. And the main character is actually a single mother. I don't feel like I read a lot of books with a lot of rep for single mothers, so I thought this would be interesting. And yeah, I've never read any of Alexa Martin's books before, but I did hear good feedback on TikTok about this book, so I'm excited for this one. The next book is one of my most anticipated covers of life, and that is Skin of the Sea by Natasha Bowen. This cover is actually the best YA cover that has ever been created. It's the truth. And it's a YA fantasy about black mermaids. That's all I know. And I don't even need any more because wow, the beauty. Even like no matter what I rate this book, it's gonna be on display. It's gonna be on display. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it no matter what. So I'm looking forward to that one. The next book is a YA anthology called Blackout. This book came out last year and it's basically a collection of short stories of YA romances by Tiffany D. Jackson, Nick Stone, Angie Thomas, Ashley Woodfolk, Nicola Yoon, and Danielle Clayton. So all of the YA heavy hitters have short stories in this book. I'm actually currently reading this and I read, I think, only one short story, and they are YA short stories. So they're basically exactly as they're described and they're cute so far. So I'm really liking this one. The next book is one I'm also currently reading, and that is The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. Elizabeth Acevedo is an Afro-Latina author, and this basically is about a girl named Xiomara, who, if you watch Jane the Virgin, I absolutely love that name. And basically her discovery of self, it's written in verse, so it's written in poetry, and basically this girl trying to discover herself, discover her sexuality, living in a very religious household, like a mom who's very religious and a father who is emotionally absent, basically, and her just discovering herself, her body, her person. Yeah, that's basically what this is about. It's really beautifully written. It's beautifully written. Next one is American Spy by Lauren Wilkinson. I got this from a used bookstore just because there was a black girl on the cover. It's about a girl who's apparently a spy during the Cold War, and that just seems so cool. That just seems so cool. I feel like it's really rare to find a black woman in like kind of those like FBI spy true crime stories, so I think that's what really attracted me to this. It's also inspired by true events, so that's kind of scary. But yeah, I'm really getting into my thriller bags, and this is going to be the first one on that journey. The next book is a book that I should have read too, who knows how long ago, but that is Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. This is literally, I think this is literally the Jayla from Lala Loves Lit, I think her favorite book. This is her book, like this is her brand, so I just want to know what all the Jayla hype is about. So I really want to read this. I don't know too much about it, but everyone says the world building in this is absolutely amazing, incredibly unique, and I absolutely love this cover. So I'm excited for this one. I think it's about mermaids. Am I tripping? I think it might be about mermaids. I could be totally wrong, and I'm so sorry about that. The next book is a YA horror, and it's The Taking of Jake Livingston by Ryan Douglas. This is a YA horror. Someone actually spoiled this for me, but basically it's about a boy who is in high school. He can see ghosts, but he typically tries to ignore them, but then all of a sudden he cannot ignore them anymore because a tragedy occurs. And yeah, I've been trying to get into horror for years now and I haven't been able to, so I hope this is a good gateway for that. I feel like it's gonna be. The next book is Beasts of Prey by Igharo Gray. This book was all over Instagram at a point in my life, at a point in everyone's life. This book was the most like talked about book on Instagram, and I got it during Barnes & Noble's 50% off hardcover sale, and it is a YA fantasy by a Black author, and I don't know much about it otherwise. So that's this one. The next book is Lakewood by Megan Gooding. So basically this book is about a girl who takes on a job back in her hometown, I believe, after her grandmother dies, and she needs to help get her family out of debt. And basically the circumstances of this job just seem extremely weird and very I guess anti-Black for lack of better wording. People describe this as Get Out, and I know like every Black thriller that has come out in the last like who knows 5 years has been described as similar to Get Out, but people actually say this is similar to Get Out. So I actually liked Get Out. It was like one of the 3 movies that I've watched in the last 5 years, and I enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to this. And this is supposed to be Thriller S2. So I think I have 3 thrillers on this list. So pretty proud of myself. The last book on my February TBR is Within These Wicked Walls by Lauren Blackwood. I absolutely love this cover, and this I think just came out. I think I got this during Barnes & Noble's 50% off hardcover sale. Maybe not, who knows. But this is basically about a girl who's an exorcist, and again, I love Black women, Black girls being in these like roles that are typically not, I feel like maybe not seen, or maybe I just don't read enough like thriller and horror by Black authors. But basically this girl is an exorcist. She takes this job to exorcise something at this like mysterious and brooding, you know how I is, mysterious and brooding heir's house, but everything is not as it seems, of course, and the heir is also hiding secrets, and she is just caught up in the middle of it as the exorcist for whatever evil is being eviled in the vicinity. So that's what this is about, and it sounds really, really fun. It's also a YA book. I have a lot of YA on this list because I love YA, you know, and I thought I didn't for a minute, but I lied to myself. I absolutely love it. So yeah, so those are all the books I'm going to be trying to read for February. I know it's a lot, but I think I can do it. Actually, I don't know if I can do it, but hopefully I can do it. If you want to know anything more about Blackathon or teen romance, gang, I don't know what signs those were, look in the description box. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Make sure to tell me what team of Blackathon you're on, or what you're going to be reading for your February TBR this month. February TBR this month is redundant, but either way, yeah, and I'll talk to you guys later.